Do you have an inkling or an intuition that your hormones are out of whack and you don't know if you should see a doctor or not? You keep hearing people talking about hormonal imbalances and you're like, wait, is that me? This video is for you, friend. Just keep on watching. What's going on, guys? My name is Nicole, the creator of More Salt Please, and on this channel I talk a lot about hormonal health and how to naturally balance your hormones. I also share plant-based recipes, low carb, high carb, everywhere in between, but most importantly, I encourage people to think for themselves, do what works best for them. I don't try to push anything on anyone. I just want everyone to be happy and healthy and do what works for them. So you think your hormones might be imbalanced? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna go through a list of very common symptoms of hormonal imbalances, and I'll give a little bit of insight into why you might be having those issues and how to fix it. But bottom line, if you have any of these symptoms that are persistent and they just haven't gone away, or you have multiple of these symptoms, definitely check with your doctor. Reach out, get some help. I am not a doctor. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I am not certified or qualified to really be diagnosing anyone. This is just from my personal experience of having PCOS and having struggles with balancing my own hormones naturally. I go through periods where I'm fine and dandy, and then sometimes where my body is just all over the place. So this is just from my personal experience, and I also work with naturopathic doctors for my own health journey, and I've also worked with a nutritionist who specializes in hormonal health for women. So I'm just spouting out the information that they have given to me and they've imparted to me. So just wanted to get that out there. Number one sign of hormonal imbalances are irregular periods. Now, what I mean by this is your cycle is longer than most. It's 35 to 45 days long. Sometimes you skip months. Sometimes you go months or years without getting your period. And while this sounds nice in theory, it's really not. If you're a biological woman and you want to live a long, healthy life, you want your hormones balanced. Whether you want to have biological children or not, it's important that you balance your hormones, because your period is basically an overall report card of your health. The second sign of hormonal imbalance is infertility. Now, trigger warning, if you're struggling with infertility right now, you're on a very tough journey of trying to conceive and you cannot, skip ahead a couple minutes and I'll see you there. So if you are trying to conceive, you are tracking your cycle, you're having sex when you're ovulating or when you think you're ovulating, and you haven't had success and it's been over a year, year and a half with no end in sight, you definitely want to get checked out. This is a very complex topic that I will not be delving into very deep on this video, and it could be a lot of different reasons, a lot of different things that could be contributing to your current infertility. It doesn't mean it's the end of the road for you. There are lots of different options out there, and my heart goes out to every single woman who has gone through this journey, because I mean, I can't even imagine the pain. But the sad thing is that for some women it is an easy fix, but they're just not knowledgeable of what is going on, or they're just going to their primary care doctor, MD, for hormonal health stuff, and the truth is they're not specialized in this arena, so they're ill-equipped to help you. But if you have the means to do so, I highly recommend seeking out a specialist who specializes in hormonal issues or women who are trying to conceive and can't. You might be surprised, because the fix could be super simple and easy. It would shock you. And then other times it might take a little longer. Bottom line, please seek out help if you're able to, and just know that I'm sending all of my love to you. Another symptom of hormonal imbalances are hot flashes and night sweats. Now this one, I'm kind of like, wait, is this me? Because I run hot, honey. Like I need a fan on me at all times. I'm kind of dying right now because I had to turn off the AC and close the windows, so I'm svetzen, let's just say that. Usually this is a sign that your estrogen or testosterone is a little low. So just know that if you suffer from just being hot all of the time and you wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning really sweaty from just sleeping, then you want to get that checked out. The next symptom is hormonal acne. Now, hormonal acne occurs on your jawline, on your chin, and under your chin. So if you're someone who constantly has breakouts there, it's an underlying hormonal imbalance. It doesn't matter how many acne treatments you go through, it's an underlying case. It's not going to be cured by just, cleaning and washing your face and using the right products. It's deeper than that. The next symptom is excess hair growth. Now, this affects my PCOS ladies. Can I get a testimony? So what I mean by this is those thick ass tree trunk hairs that grow on your chin and right under your jawline that you literally have to yank with a tweezer, and it just takes so long to actually snag it and get it. But the feeling of exhilaration when you get that hair out, ooh. So yeah, if you're like me, I get a lot of chin hairs. I get a lot of hairs down here. I'm not even afraid to admit it. It just happens. You can catch me every night in my bathroom mirror, just straight up. So if you're like me and you're getting hair where you really shouldn't be, it might be a sign that there's something else going on. The next symptom is persistent weight gain. This also applies to my PCOS ladies or someone who has a low thyroid function or Hashimoto's. This is the girl who literally kills herself in the gym. She's eating really healthy and clean. She's counting her calories. She's doing all of the right things to lose weight, and she just can't do it. There might be something going on. And I want to make it abundantly clear that there's lots of people out there who say, oh, I'm trying to lose weight and I just can't. I probably have a hormonal imbalance. Usually, I would say 8 times out of 10, it's just because you're eating excess calories. But there is that percentage of women who really do have an underlying hormone condition, whether it's PCOS or Hashimoto's, some sort of thyroid thing, something like that. Bottom line, get it checked out, get some blood work done, figure out what's going on, talk to a specialist, reach out to them, and also there's options for you. Start working with someone who specializes, who's a dietitian or a nutritionist who specializes in hormonal health and hormonal weight loss for women. The next symptom is mood swings. Now, us ladies know all about some mood swings, especially when it's that time of the month and we are PMSing, and anything anyone does to us, we want to rip their head off. Now, this I know seems like a normal thing. A lot of normal symptoms like this are very common, but that doesn't mean that they're healthy and quote unquote normal and they should be happening. And obviously we all have these from time to time, but I'm just talking about the more persistent things, like they happen all the time, multiple times a day. Another symptom of hormonal imbalance is low libido. This could be due to low levels of estrogen or testosterone. And bottom line, it's just not normal, and I'm saying normal in quotation marks. It's not normal for a person to not have a sex drive. Like, you're just dry as a bone, nothing is turning you on, you want nothing to do with your significant other, and everything's great, you love them, but you're just never in the mood to get down and dirty, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, not every single person who has a low libido has a hormonal imbalance. It takes a little self-awareness. If you're someone who identifies as asexual, or you've fallen out of love with your partner and you want to break up, or there's just extenuating circumstances to this low libido, then take a look at that first. But if you are in a situation where you're like, I should be having a higher sex drive than I am currently, get it checked out. Another symptom is insomnia, or just trouble sleeping in general, getting to sleep. This could be due to a lot of different reasons, one of them being cortisol. A lot of people who do intermittent fasting, that can throw off your hormones depending on like how extreme you do it. I remember when I used to do intermittent fasting, I would do like the 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating. And honestly, when I did that for like a week plus, it affected my sleeping. That's a sign that intermittent fasting, you're just doing it too extreme. You want to scale back a little bit, and then if you want to keep doing it, work up to the longer stretches of fasting. And it's totally normal for people to go through periods of time where you're not sleeping well, but I'm talking about things that are consistent in your life that you really can't get a hold of. Like, you do all the right things, you drink tea before bed, you stretch, you read a book, you do all the things, you put on your blue light blocking glasses, and you just can't get to sleep. There might be something deeper. The next symptom is hair loss. Now, this could actually be due to a low vitamin D level. This is widespread. There are so many people who are deficient in vitamin D, especially women. And no, you cannot get vitamin D just from the sun. Actually, a lot of people who live in sunny climates are also vitamin D deficient. Over 40% of the population is vitamin D deficient. I live in Southern California, and while I was living here in San Diego, I went to the doctor, got my levels checked, and I was like so low on vitamin D. So it just goes to show you, even if you live in a sunny climate, you still might be deficient in it. So always take a vitamin D supplement. I just recommend anyone take one no matter what. It's just a precaution. And a lot of people don't know that vitamin D is actually a hormone. It's not a vitamin. So if you are lacking in vitamin D, it could throw off a lot of other hormones going on in your body as well. So if you're losing a lot of hair in the shower, like say you go a day or so without washing your hair, and then you go into the shower and all of this hair is coming out, that could be a symptom of low vitamin D levels. Another symptom of hormonal imbalance is pelvic pain, which occurs during your period or intercourse. This usually affects women when they have endometriosis or fibroids or something like that. If it's very painful for you to have intercourse or have something stuck up the veg, then there's something going on. Obviously, if you're a virgin, you've never had sex before, and you have sex for the first time and it's a little painful, I mean, that's kind of normal. It's kind of like, ooh, okay, that's, hurts a little bit, but like you can work through it. But I'm talking about very, very painful stuff here. Like every time you have sex, it's like you gotta brace yourself. That is not normal. And also, if you have painful periods to the point where you have to call into work, cancel work, your day is just shot, you're on the couch all day with a heating pad, popping the fucking Tylenol and Midol like it's your job. That is also not normal. Again, I want to emphasize all these things that we have deemed normal of PMS and just having your period is actually not normal, and it's not healthy. Paired along with that, another symptom is having very heavy periods. I'm talking like mean girl style. I have a heavy flow and a wide set vagina. You bleed so much for so long. It's normal to have a heavy first or second day of your period, but if it's just like a constant thing where you just bleed so much and you're constantly having to change your tampon or your menstrual cup, and it's just kind of like a prolonged thing, that is also not normal and something worth looking into. And then the last symptom I will mention is chronic fatigue. You are constantly tired, constantly dozing off in the middle of the day. No matter how much coffee you drink, how much sleep you get the night before, you're just always tired. This could be an adrenal thing. You might have adrenal fatigue. There might be something going on with your androgen levels, which are your male sex hormones, which women, we also have male sex hormones as well. This could be worth looking into if you're doing all the right things, like getting a really good night's sleep and stuff like that, and you just continually are always tired. Obviously, there are more symptoms of hormonal imbalance, but I didn't want this video to be 25-30 minutes long. So those are the main ones. Just know that this stuff is fixable. You are not broken. You will be okay. And if you suffer from multiple of these symptoms, seek out help. I will leave resources down below. I highly recommend checking out doctors who specialize in this arena, a naturopathic doctor, an integrative medicine doctor, because those type of doctors really focus on the root cause of these hormonal imbalances, and they focus on fixing and healing that so that your symptoms, you're not putting just a band-aid on it. The solution to hormonal imbalance is to not get on birth control. Do not let any doctor tell you that, because a lot of traditional MDs will say, hey, it's okay, you have all these issues, let's just put you on birth control, it'll solve them. That is not always the answer. So like I said, I'll leave some resources for you down in the description box below so you can check those out if you want to dig deeper into this. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. Don't forget to take care of yourself this week, eat good food, and I will see you in the next one.
Diet Coke ain't good for the soul. Give me that orange soda. Give me a grape like you see in the movies. Bubble to the top like a smoothie, you'll see. I'll do you like a 9 to 5.